Okay, perfect. We're ready to rock and roll. So thank you guys all so much. Hi, Sam. I'm super excited you're here too. Just so excited for all of us to be connected this way virtually. And obviously, we're in just a really crazy time with our world and a really crazy time with our industry. So we're having to make shifts and really evolve. I was listening to a YouTube link from Simon Sinek. I don't know if any of you guys follow him, but just talking about like really now is the time for reinventing ourselves and reinventing our business, looking at any time we've had a downfall or turn in the economy, the businesses that do evolve and really reconstruct and reinvent themselves are the ones that end up, coming out ahead. And I think we're at such an incredible opportunity with this. And, we can look at this two different ways and be like, oh my gosh, this sucks. Like we can't train our clients in person. We have to close our gym doors. We can't teach our classes. Like, obviously we all know and feel the effects of that. We know that our members and clients are feeling that as well, but then we can also shift and say, okay, how can I come out of this and really reinvent myself and, shift the way that we're doing things, since there is so much uncertainty ahead and really not knowing how long this is going to be or really what's going to happen at the end of all of this. So I feel for all of you guys, and I know we can all relate to just being in the same spot and everything that we're experiencing. So really that is the whole purpose of GYM, grow your membership, because there is so much opportunity and availability for us to utilize the virtual platform and share a little bit about, what we've been doing. If you saw in the graphic, the flyer, there's a few of us that are actually all the people that are going to be sharing our current gym owners or previous gym owners. So whether you're a gym owner, a trainer, a fitness instructor, hopefully you can resonate and relate to some of our stories and just really where we're at. I think, the biggest thing we want to make sure we provide a lot of value to you guys. We're going to try to keep this like 30 minutes. And then at the end, we'll open it up for questions. If you have stuff that you think of, while we're talking, plug it in the chat thread so we can make sure to come back to that. I want to introduce myself, then explain a little bit more on the opportunity, and then open the floor for April, Gus, Sheila, and Misty to also share all of theirs. So thank you again for jumping on. And what we have been doing, with the virtual workouts, I know some people, have you guys gone virtual? Some people are kind of in the process of learning that. Yeah, some people have been doing that. I know it's a big learning curve and adjustment for all of us for sure. And what we want to share a little bit more on the opportunity that we have been doing is, one, utilizing the virtual platform, but two, partnering with a nutrition solution company called Isagenix. And you may have heard of it, you may not have heard of it, and it is a direct sales network marketing business model. And I will tell you, 5 years I have been now with this company, and if you're listening and you think you're super skeptical and like, oh my gosh, that's not something that I want to be part of, I can 100% relate to you, because I had the highest skepticism ever. I never wanted to be attached to a nutrition company. But at the same time, it was something that I never really opened my eyes or looked into. I think we can all relate as well, being in the fitness industry, whether you're a owner, instructor, trainer, you've probably been approached by several other different companies at different times. And that's where I was. I was a master trainer for Beachbody. Many years ago, I was a trainer of a fire department, had my gym. So I had heard of everything, been approached to everything. And I just decided like fitness is my jam. And that's what I love. And that's the avenue I want to go down. But really quickly, for those of you guys who are gym owners, you know how it can be a struggle owning a gym. You're paying employees, updating equipment, you have all of this overhead. And I was actually really working heavily with people on nutrition, telling them what I was doing, talking about food prep, what they should get at the grocery store. And I didn't really even like connect the dots on the fact that I was sending them to get greens from here. Here's a good omega. Here's what you could do for protein. Here's a good meal replacement bar. But I never had anything that, like I stood behind or wanted to put my name behind. I guess you could say like I had a really big ego. I was very prideful, and like that was something that I wasn't ever going to be part of. But like I said, I realized people were ordering their performance products from other places. So I was directing them different places. I was not maximizing on that revenue stream. And again, just a business mindset. When I came into Isagenix, I had heard of it a lot. I had never looked into the quality of the products because I had no interest. And I'd never looked into the opportunity until I started to realize that that was really a missing piece to the puzzle. So when I did look at the products, I looked at the opportunity. I wanted to, one, make sure that the quality was something I stood behind. Because I think all of us can agree, like if we're going to recommend something, we 120% want it to be something we stand behind. And I'm not going to go into full detail on the quality of the products. That's something whoever invited you, they can direct you. We have some incredible resources. What I do want to touch on and tell you is everything is Sport Informed certified. Everything is superior to any quality that I have found. That's gluten-free, it's soy-free, there's no artificial colors, dyes, or sweeteners. It goes through heavy testing for heavy metals. We have third-party testing that is done. It's really remarkable. I've never ever seen a company that has done it the way that Isagenix does. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, and so passionate that all of us, like you guys are my people, and I know you all feel that same way, just people in the fitness industry, and how I feel more than ever we are, one, in a time for evolution with our industry, but two, we are in a time where collaboration is the way of the world. And Isagenix has really been the vehicle to provide that, because I was a solo entrepreneur. I was doing everything on my own, working my tail off. And I was at a point where I was like completely maxed out. And now, after being part of Isagenix, it's, one, provided me a platform to direct people to a simple program they can follow. Because let's face it, like, we're passionate about food prepping and all those things, but even myself found that like it was getting to be a struggle. So the average person is not going to be able to keep up with that. But two, then to be able to leverage together, and you'll hear, you know, a lot of the other gym owners and fitness professionals speaking. Now we've been able to collaborate together, and I'll show you like how financially that's beneficial, but how collaboratively it is too, because I can say, hey, April, I've been working with a client, this is what I've been doing, they're stuck at a plateau, do you have any recommendations? And really working together to create the best outcome for the client and who we're working with, and then in turn financially getting paid. So when I started Isagenix, you know, income disclosure, of course, whatever you put into anything, you're going to get out of it. So it's going to vary for each person on what you do. But I will say, like, everything I was doing was trading time for money. So I would teach my fitness class, I would get paid. I would train the fire department guys, I would get paid. And this, the way it was set up is you're working, I just moved everybody again, sorry. You know, this is the way it's set up, that you are working upfront, working collectively with each other, and therefore everybody helps everybody benefit. And I'm going to draw out the visual of the comp plan and how the opportunity works, so you know exactly how this could fit in for you. Like, it might be a good fit for you, it might not. I value you guys for jumping on to listen to it, because 5 years ago, this is completely what has changed my life to be where it is right now and allow a lot of that freedom. So basically, how Isagenix is set up is you have your account, and you are able to receive referral bonuses for helping people set up accounts. So think of the people that you're maybe currently training, members of your gym, clients, people who are attending your classes. They're maybe ordering a pre-workout from somewhere, BCAAs, meal replacement protein. Maybe they want to cleanse and lose some weight. You know, they're redirecting where they're ordering their items from to Isagenix. So you refer them. You then receive a referral bonus amount. So you receive this upfront money. Then the more people you help is a direct reflection of the amount of money or income that you create, because the more people that are ordering, their volume from their orders goes up to your account. So I want you to think of it this way. How many of us have Amazon accounts? If I said, Lauren and Dan, you guys should get Amazon, because especially during all this COVID stuff, it has been amazing to have stuff shipped right to my door. I would get a referral bonus from Lauren. I would get a referral bonus from Dan. And then I would also get BV, or volume, up to my account every single time they ordered, forever and ever and ever. And it gets better than that, and I'll be able to explain that. But just the power of being able to maximize where we are in the industry, and people already really coming to us for, like, what type of protein should I use? How many of us get asked that? What type of pre-workout? Like, that was all the stuff I got asked. But again, I was skeptical, because I never wanted to be the one that was like selling, but I realized really quickly, like, I'm selling them to come to my classes. I'm selling them to come to my gym, because it's something I'm excited about and passionate. So how amazing to be able to sell them this that's going to help maximize their results and simplify the complexity of nutrition for them. So I just want to visually, like, show you guys this. And I guess, Christy Dada, I can see you. Can you tell me if you can see my R and my L, like they're facing the right direction? Okay, we're good, Cool. If you guys are tuning in from your computer, I think you can hit what's called speaker view, and you will be able to hopefully see me a little bit bigger or better. And otherwise, if it's on your phone, you can maybe zoom in a little bit. But so basically how Isagenix is set up is you have your account, right? So your account is here, and you're super excited because you see the power of how this can be an incredible opportunity. So you're all happy. Every single person has a left side and a right side, okay? So you have a left team leg and a right team leg. So what happens is, I'm gonna use that example with Dan and Lauren. Thanks for jumping on, you guys. So Dan and Lauren. So I'm like, hey, Dan, let's get you set up with a performance pack. And there's a value pack. There's different referral bonuses. They're called PIBs, product introductory bonuses, that are attached to any system people get start with. They range from $25 up to $150. So the value pack is like our most popular pack. It's the one majority of people get started with because it comes with everything that first month. It's $100 for that referral bonus. So Dan is here. Lauren is here. Dan gets set up. I would receive a $100 referral bonus, okay? Or if this is you, visualize this is you helping 2 of your members, clients, participants come in. Lauren gets the same pack. I get another $100. Every time you refer somebody, you will always get that. So this is what we call the upfront money. And what happens is if Dan and Lauren get started in the same compensation week, and Isagenix considers that Monday through Sunday, they double your referral bonus amount. So now Dan's pack would go to $200. Lauren's pack would go to $200. So I would get $400 for helping those people get started on that pack. This for me, I will tell you, 5 years in, this still blows my freaking mind. Because how many classes I would have to teach to generate $400. Like I couldn't sleep at night when I started learning the compensation plan because I was like, this is insane, $400. So it's cash that you get paid. We get paid every Monday. After you help your first 2 people get started, if you do that within your first 30 days, Isagenix gives you another $100. So right there is $500. So for me, when I looked at this as a business opportunity, I saw the value for myself, like, wow, that can really generate some leverage and income. But I also looked at it as a gym owner standpoint of view. So any of you who are listening who own a gym, I looked at it as what an incredible benefit to help my trainers and my fitness instructors create a little extra residual income as well. So that is that first level of leadership. So it's called consultant. So we have consultant, manager, director, executive. There's 4 levels of leadership to get to the top level. So the second level of leadership would be, I say, Dan, you're rocking your results. You know, do you have somebody that wants to do this with you? Who are a couple accountability partners? And Dan's a trainer, and he's like, yeah, I have 2 clients that, you know, they want to lose weight and the other one wants to get performance improvement. Great. I'd help Dan receive the same $500. For me helping Dan, Isagenix gives me another $100 because I created a consultant. So the way Isagenix is set up financially is they don't do any type of advertising. You're not going to see them on a Super Bowl commercial. It's all word of mouth. So all of us getting on and sharing what our story has been, it's changed our life. So that's why we're sharing with other people. So like Adam Thielen, if you're a Minnesota Vikings fan, he uses Isagenix products. Isagenix does not pay him or sponsor him. He uses them because he loves them. So he's in a lot of our videos and, you know, does a lot of our speaking at different events. And I love that because they generate the money back into the associate. So it's all word of mouth marketing, network marketing. So I would receive $100. So Dan refers 2 people. I help him. I receive $100. I would help Lauren do the same thing. I receive $100. So right there, just by creating those 2 consultants, I get another $100 for each of them. So I'm at $700. And what they do is they have what's called fast cash. So I mentioned if you referred 2 people in your first 30 days, they give you $100 extra. If you help 2 people become a consultant in your first 60 days, they give you another $250 extra. So right there, $950 that somebody can generate just in the upfront money. So I wanted to touch on that, and I wanted to show you, I'm just going to erase this so I can give you guys just a little better visual of the levels of leadership. So associate, every single person comes in as an associate. You set up your account, your associate. You refer 2 people, you're considered a consultant. So that's creating 2 consultants. Then, so that was this. I created 2 consultants. So here was 1, Dan, here was 2, Lauren. Now, the next level is manager. I'm sorry, I became a consultant. Sorry, I'm confusing you. Consultant, I became a consultant. Manager is this. I created 2 consultants. Director is the same thing. I do this 6 times. I help 6 people share with 2 people. Okay, so that's director. And then executive, which is the top level of leadership. And this is where, if you see the opportunity with this, where you want to go. And I'm going to explain why. This is creating 10 consultants. So think of 10 people, maybe 10 of your members that you help get started. They share with 2 people. And I think the power of that, we all know when people are small group training together, when people are attending classes together, when they have accountability partners, they have so much better success. And that's really where we can help people to share with those 2 people. Who are the 2 people? Do you have a spouse? Do you have an accountability partner? Somebody at work, a friend, a sister, whoever that wants to do this with you? We help them become a consultant. So we help them get paid. Isagenix pays us that $100 for the consultant bonus. After you get to executive and you've helped 10 people do this, you receive an additional $10,000 every single year, which is called the executive lifestyle bonus, guaranteed money. You stayed executive and every month you help 2 new people get started, $10,000. So we went through and we broke this down with a lot of people on, how many hours they would have to work to generate a $10,000 pay increase in their income. Insane. Also with that, you receive 10% of anybody you've enrolled's compensation. So if I enroll April and April is creating $540 every single week, I get an extra $54 every week from her pay. So there's so much benefit of getting to that. But really where the power comes in, and when we talk about the power of like team leverage and collaboration, is we have our account, and I'm just going to keep using Dan and Lauren. We have our account, okay? So we help them set up their account. So Dan has a couple of his friends that he helps get started. His buddy is sharing with some of his friends. Then that person shares with a few people. Then Lauren helps her sister get started. They have some friends that they help get started. So all of these people have accounts set up, right? So we have that left team and that right leg. Well, remember when I brought up that Amazon comparison, every time those people order from their account, it goes up to your account. So when this person right here orders, it goes up to this person's account, this person's account, this person's account, this person's account, all the way back up to my account. Every time, this is where the residual income comes in. And this is where, when you understand this, you literally cannot sleep at night because you are making money when you are doing everything. Every time that equals 900 volume, it's equal to $54. And right away I thought, oh, $54, like, I mean, $54 is $54, great. But when it's a consumable product, people are using their shakes every single day. They're using their greens, they're using their vitamins, they're using all of those things. They're reordering every single month. So the more people you help get started, the more people that you help, the more it's going to benefit you. And again, where this becomes super powerful is Dan's account is right here, mine is right here. Let's say Misty is right here, and Misty, we have the same left team leg. Misty enrolls one of her friends right here. When this person orders, it goes to this person's account, Dan's account, my account. Me and Dan don't know Misty's friend who she helped get started, but every time that person enrolls somebody, that same thing happens. So with Isagenix, if you're familiar with any network marketing company, I never was prior to this, but what differentiates us from a lot of other companies is that volume never cashes out and never goes away. So in 5 years, when somebody 1,000 people down comes in and has an account set up, every time they order their pre-workout, it goes up to your account. So that volume never, ever flushes. So if you look at, like when I had my gym, full transparency, it was $16,000 a month for overhead. And I look at this business, $150 every single month for my overhead. And I eat it every single month. And I order way more than $150 because I love everything. I truly love everything with Isagenix. So $150 to create that residual income. And, I look also from a tax benefit standpoint of view, network marketing, this business model, so much of what we are doing is network marketing. So We're in a time right now we can't do live events, but if you're thinking, how is this something I would implement in, I don't want to sell, how do I share it? Providing value for clients, I think, is one of the most powerful things. So what we've done a lot is set up what we call like sweat, sip, and samples at our gym. So we open up a free workout, 20 minutes, and then we talk about the power of maximizing your nutrition or what you want to look for in ingredients for labels. We did a mindful eating and meditation and hired a meditation instructor to come in, and we talked about how to be mindful with your eating, and then it ended with a meditation. You can do endless options, bring people in and talk about, or do like make and takes. And really, so it's not ever pushing product on people. Obviously, that's something none of us ever want to do, but it's showing them that this is the solution and talking about the quality and if it's the right fit for them, helping them set up their account. So it's not something that you need to stock. You don't have to order a ton of product and like keep it in your garage and go deliver it to people when they need it. They have their account set up that they set up for free. They order what they want every month, and then you can connect them with other people to help them achieve their goals. It's a pretty powerful thing. And I want to show you guys, I'm going to get really techie right now. I want to show you guys, oh wait, you cannot minimize Zoom. Okay. I want to show you guys the power of that $900 to $54. So this, of course, generates and grows and grows and grows over time. People will think, is this something like I had to get in at the beginning? No, our company is 18 years old. We are in 17 countries. I know my friend Ruth is on from Malaysia right now. Hi, Ruth. It's 1:30 in the morning where she's at. So Isagenix is within her country. So it's literally a global business. And so having 17 countries, you're able to help people worldwide with this, which is super incredible as well. But, they can set up their account, they can order. That 900 volume is going to continue to grow. Every time it equals 900, you're going to get $54. So like overnight, the first time this hit home for me, I was going through airport security and got alerted 2 cycles, 104 times 2, or I'm sorry, 54 times 2 was $108. I was like, this is where it's at, going through airport security and making money because it's so much upfront work. So you're just helping direct people to the solutions. But I want to show you guys this graphic on the cycle chart, because when you can see how much those cycles end up equating to be, it'll really blow your mind and what you would need to save. How do I share screen? Here we go. Okay, share screen, desktop, share screen. Okay, I'm hoping this works. Okay, so you can see this. Sam Katz, I can see you. Are you able to see this cycle chart? Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going to expand this so you guys can fully see. So you can see that one cycle is $54. So remember, one cycle is 900 volume, right? So that gives you $54. So if you're cycling one time per week, it's $54 per week. That's $234 per month. So that would give somebody a $2,808 pay raise annually. So if you look at this at 3% interest, this is how much money you would have to have in the bank to generate this much income. So we have somebody maybe cycling 10 times a week. So they have 900 volume between that left and right leg going up their account 10 times in a month. That's $54 every single month. That's generating $2,340 per month. So in a year, $28,000. And this was what you would have to have in the bank. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't have $1 million sitting around to invest in the bank to be able to generate that. So really, it's an income producing asset. And I love something Gus said, and he's gonna share his story with us. And I'm super excited for you guys to hear from him. But he said, we don't know what's going to happen. None of us planned for this to happen, obviously. And this is a way to future-proof our businesses. And I was like, that is so true and so good. So that's really the basics of the compensation plan. And I just wanted to touch again on the fact it's $150 per month. That's going to be your overhead. And there's so many simple ways that you can share. And if it's something that feels like a good fit for you, we have a lot of systems in play really to help you with that. So, when you look at when you went to maybe go to school to be in your profession, whatever you're doing, training, fitness instructor, you're paying to go to school, and then you're learning, and then you start making money when you start in the industry. This, you're able to literally start making money right away. So we say you earn as you learn. I will tell you, I knew not all the details and not all the science about it before I got started. I started to learn. I got on calls with other trainers, other people that have been with Isagenix for a long time, and that's how I really learned. And now fast forward 5 years later, you know, of course, now I've learned a lot more, but I'm not an expert by any means. But I want to take April, I'm going to have you unmute yourself first. She's going to share her story, and all of these guys, you guys are so incredible. And I would say I knew none of these people prior to Isagenix, and now they are some of my best friends. So that, I think, above and beyond everything. Sorry, April, one more thing. I get long-winded. That I want to share is with Isagenix, you also receive the most incredible personal development, training, and community. And I think if the products went away and the financial stability went away, none of that would compare to the relationships and the connections and everything that I've had with so many people. And I know I can speak for everybody who's part of it because they've experienced that same thing. So yeah, April, if you'll unmute, please share.
Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for jumping on and taking the time to join us. Like Heather said, really the financial potential with this business is freaking amazing. I think that's what you said, freaking amazing, because it is. For me, I have to share, you know, honestly, when I first saw this opportunity, I wasn't looking for a financial outlet. Yes, the potential is there and it's amazing, but for me, my two main driving forces was, number one, I was looking for a community of like-minded individuals who really genuinely cared about seeing other people reach their goals and wanted to see people, you know, whether that be financial goals, health goals. For me, I was really looking for a community of people I could surround myself with. But the second thing was, and I'm going to keep my story short because I could go on and on. How I ended up being a gym owner is a very long story. I've worn different hats throughout my life so far. And the one thing I would say is, being a past sponsored athlete, I worked my tail off for a company where my growth potential was capped out. From the moment I signed my contract, my growth potential was where it was. And I got so frustrated as somebody in the fitness industry and being a sponsored athlete with, kind of like Heather said, you know, there's these products out there, and I would have to send someone in multiple different directions just to feel like I was sending them somewhere that was a fairly good option. I'm very picky about what I'll personally use and what I'll recommend, because if it's not like the best thing out there, there's no way in heck I'm going to recommend that to somebody that I care about. And so for me, it was one, the community, but also I really wanted a company that I could confidently stand behind, and I could share this with anyone, whether they're, you know, their goal was to lose weight, maybe it was to maximize performance, whatever it might have been. I can literally point them in one direction and say, you can go here for everything. And not only can you go here for everything, but this is what I'm using and seeing results with, so I can stand behind it confidently. And then once I started doing that, sharing it became very natural. I have it in my gym. I share it to my gym members. I run online challenge groups, which that's the other beautiful thing. Like Heather was saying, we didn't know that this was going to happen. I'm sitting in my empty gym right now that's been empty for I don't know how many weeks now. And the end is maybe in sight, but maybe not. I honestly feel like it's going to get extended again. And so to have an option where you can really reach people virtually, we can do this entire business, you guys. You can crank it out online. You can do it all virtually. You can connect with people via Zoom. You can really, just the potential is there. This will not go away. If your gym is shut down, this business is still there. And so really for me, it's been such a gift in that sense. But again, I will admit, I didn't join this originally because of the financial potential, even though it is huge and it's there. For me, it's so much more about the community. And the beautiful thing is, when you focus on the community and you focus on your clients and you genuinely care about their outcome, the financial part is going to happen. And so it's been really cool to see that grow, even though originally that wasn't my primary intention of even getting behind this product and this company. So anyways, that's kind of a short little how I ended up getting into it, but it's been really amazing. And even right now, like I said, with the gym being closed, I've got some online challenge groups going, and we can build this company into that and still help serve our clients, even if the doors are shut down. So that's been amazing.
That's so good. And April really started doing a lot of her online challenging and coaching prior to Isagenix, and now has been able to implement that in as a recommendation that she has for products she uses. Like when I started doing the challenges when I started Isagenix because I saw, excuse me, people are going to get these products, but we all know workouts are important, rest is important, sleep, community. So utilizing an online platform to plug those in. So if that's of interest to you, between all of us, we can help give you some ideas on how to generate that and put something like that together. But it's a big value. And obviously we all know our clients and members need us more than ever right now in just some positive community and support on their wellness. So big opportunity for that. But okay, Gus, thanks, April. Gus, will you unmute yourself and share your story, please? So excited for you guys to hear from Gus too.
Hey, what's up, Heather? Thank you all for jumping on. We know your time is really valuable right now. Some of you have maybe too much free time and are figuring out how to fill it. Some of you are running around crazy with all this going on at the same time. And I'll tell you what, I needed this solution long before the need for it in this market happened, right? I was always an athlete, but I was never in the business side of fitness. I was always an entrepreneur though, right? So when I made that shift, it happened because of a personal transformation in my life. See, when I opened my gym, it was because I fell in love with the method of CrossFit because it helped me avoid back surgery. I had a lot of weight to lose. I was battling through severe depression and anxiety after having lost everything in my life about 9 years ago. And this transformation journey led me to just a better me, health and wellness. And I got real passionate about helping other people on that journey. And I just thought, hey, I think it'd be a great idea to open a gym, right? I think that's how a lot of people get into this industry, is from a passion, right? Hey, I'm helping people already. I can get paid for it. Well, I can get paid more for it if I own my own business. And then we get into it. And I was in a unique scenario because I had a business sense, but not for this model, having a gym. And the other thing that happened was I was in more debt than what I owed in my gym already. So I created on this all new debt, new overhead, employees, all the stuff that comes with it. Plus, I was already in multiple six figures of debt from everything I had lost before going into this place. So I was way behind the ball. And I was that person that had to get real creative. I was on a little island in a really small market in St. Croix, 340 CrossFit. The place is still there. Pretty cool place to check out if you're ever visiting the islands. We can never travel again. But what happened was, like you hear most of us, is it's always trading time for money. And when I first opened, I was in a lot of debt. I wasn't making money when I first opened, right? So I tried retail products because this is what CrossFitters did and drank and took for their workout. So I ordered, I was ordering $5,000 worth of products a month to try to make barely 1,000. But our initial order was like, I don't even know how many, it was like 15,000 just to get the best discount, right? And I had to fight through foot traffic to sell it. And that was really tough because when my doors were closed, I wasn't making money. And if I took a week where I wasn't really pushing products and I wasn't making any money, I tried even before Isagenix, the business side, I was using the products. They were a huge part of my transformation. I lost 50 pounds. I put on 15 pounds of muscle. My transformation looks photoshopped. If you look it up on my page, it's crazy how amazing I felt. And it was the one thing that was holding me through my 14 to 16 hours a day. Just the convenience. Like I just felt good using the products, but I was a closet user because it was a network marketing business. I didn't want anybody to know I was using one of those products, right? I'm trying to sell something I'm not using. I'm overworking myself at the gym. I had to do personal training sessions in between morning and evening classes. And then I was doing marketing for a chiropractor on the side of that to make some extra money while I was trying to figure out how to make money in my gym. And that went on for about 2 years. I didn't make my first profit, like where I was able to start paying myself till after year 1. And it wasn't until I was just completely burnt out that I took a look at what this model had to offer, because crazy enough, a handful of months in, I was passing people on the side to my friend who introduced me to this. And I remember saying, hey, yeah, the products I'm personally using, let me introduce you to my friend who can help get you started on that, right? I was really trying to push everything aside because I still had this big stigma against the direct sales industry. And what happened was that second year, I was bringing in an extra $300 to $600 a month on average on the side, secretly, right? And I didn't realize how much of a difference that was making, even just that. It was almost as much as I was making in profit on the retail products that I had $5,000 worth sitting on my shelf. That wasn't moving that well. So I shifted my gears from 2013 to 2015. I actually took a look at what Heather was showing you, how to leverage your time, how to use networks to build this. And I actually started building my business remotely because I couldn't promote it within my gym because the deal I had with the companies I was already working with. So within a couple of years of truly understanding this, stepping into network marketing, actually understanding how the model works and talking to people who on a higher business level at it, it didn't make sense to not do it. And I started kicking myself on why I didn't start doing it sooner. $150 worth of overhead that I was already eating. I had a business in my pocket that was growing for a couple of years, kind of behind the scenes, because of the network that was like loving these products as much as I was. And when I took it on as a business and I saw the need for how much more important it was to get my clients good nutrition alongside of the fitness, and I really started pushing that to the forefront, right? Because the Work Ethic community is amazing, but they're not going to get the results if they're not focused on what they're doing the other 165 hours a week. And to make a super long story short, what happened is within the next 2 years, by 2017, end of 2016, I had completely replaced what I was doing with this side income remotely from what I was paying myself doing 3 things at the gym as a gym owner, personal trainer, and doing marketing for a chiropractor. And the biggest thing for me was the relief that I got, because as my income started to grow behind the scenes with that same amount of time I was putting in, that leverage, I started to replace myself at the gym and able to put more money into replacing that time, right? So I remember the first time I hired somebody part-time to take over 4 of my morning classes so that I wouldn't have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning 4 days a week. And that opened up an extra 16 hours. I slept 2 more hours those 4 days, which felt amazing. And then I had 2 more hours. I had 8 more hours of being able to intentionally do this and reach out to people who were looking for a solution. And what's crazy is, like Heather said, the biggest gift was that I future-proofed my business, because no matter where I went, no matter what I did, this continued to grow because people always needed a solution, even when they weren't working out with me. I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me saying, I wish I could work out with you. And I'm like, well, nutrition is 90% of your results, and I have a solution for you for that. If I shared some info with you about that, would you be open to taking a look? Regardless of what you do for your workouts, this is going to help you with whatever your lifestyle and health goals are. And that's how I built my business through my networks. And I don't know where I would be without it. I've started my online personal coaching business that this has fueled since 2016. And over this last year, I've made the shift to really focusing on working with gym owners, consulting gym owners and trainers on how to leverage their time better and future-proof their business by having this, regardless of what your model is, regardless of what you're doing. So if anybody has any questions and wants to talk to, number one, a skeptic, number two, somebody who did it wrong for a lot of years in a lot of different ways in this industry, and is now blessed to be able to work with some of the top gym owners and trainers in the world and collaborate with amazing humans like this on how to create that additional revenue stream, especially with what's going on. People are praying for a health solution right now that can be delivered to their doorstep, and they're praying for an additional income stream, not just fitness professionals, but people. And what's awesome is that this industry doesn't discriminate against who gets to earn income. If you've got a health transformation or people who need it, there's an opportunity here for everybody. So not only has it changed my life and freed up a lot of my time, but I don't know how else I would have gotten out of that multiple 6 figures of debt over the last 5 years without this. It's been a gift. So I'm always open. Reach out, has any questions at the end of this, feel free. Heather, thank you for doing this and inviting me here to share.
Awesome. Thank you. And I think that brought up 2 really good points that it reminded me as well, because I think when I started, I was healthy and I was telling everybody else to do all the things, but it's such a good reminder for us being in the fitness profession or healthcare profession. we'll be really good at directing people to make sure that they're eating good and getting their sleep and getting their workouts in, but we're the first to put ourselves on the back burner because we're so busy helping other people. So when you said that, Gus, I was like, yeah, that it totally changed my body physically, my energy, my everything. So that standpoint is big. And then also the ability to, you know, travel. And I had a grandpa that was passing away, and I was able to step back for a week and be really present with him. And since it's such a collaborative team, people were able to still help the people I've helped get started. So instead of being a one-man show, you know, like Gus said, we were doing before, you know, really everybody can step in and help each other. And that's really what life should be, having that time freedom and that choice. So thank you so much, Gus. You are so incredible. Sheila, I'm so excited for you to share your story. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay. Hi, how are you? Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I don't know what else anybody else would be doing, but we tend to have a lot of free time these days, kind of not making use of a lot of it, but this is a really great time to work on ourselves, and I can't think of a better place to be right now. But I'm going to share my story. For as long as I can remember, I struggled with an unpredictable digestive system. I was completely stressed out. My cortisol levels were just skyrocketed off the charts, which also led to a lot of sleepless nights. And because I never knew when my stomach was not going to cooperate with me, I was always making sure that there was a restroom nearby, which really sucks when you're a hot yoga teacher and you have to go to the bathroom like bad and not a good thing. But as an entrepreneur of two brick and mortar health and wellness businesses, one is a hot yoga studio and the other is a fitness center for women. I put in a lot of hours, a lot of 3 and 4 a.m. calls, 4 to 5 days a week, where my alarm would go off and wouldn't get home till 8 o'clock at night. And it just really left me exhausted. I was depleted of nutrition because I'd skip meals because I didn't want to disrupt my stomach. And just financially burdened for sure, because when you own your own business, you put everything you have into it. And it may be 2 or 3 or 4 years, 4 years for one. I've had both for 5 years. The other one, I still haven't been paid. I just shut the doors permanently, which really sucks, but I still owe money on it. So basically, the person that, I always want to cry, here I go. The one that suffers the most is I was just a leftover wife to my husband. And I just thank him for supporting me through all of this. But here comes the victory. Just over a year ago, I was introduced to Isagenix from a gal who's a teacher for me at my studio. And she, I love her, I respect her. I knew that she had a lot of health issues, allergic to everything under the sun. And she says, do you want to try these shakes? I said, nope, I don't want anything to do with it. I have tried every shake on the market. I've tried every vitamin. Everything upsets my stomach. And I'm just going to do what I'm doing, which basically skipping meals and just not really doing anything for myself. But after a couple of months, I went to take her class, and she had just the most radiant, beautiful, shining glow that I had seen. And I'm like, what is different with you today? And she said, it's the Ionics. And I'm like, I don't know what the heck Ionics is, but whatever it is, I want it. And I got on a 3-way call that afternoon. I trusted her and what she recommended and flavors. And I got this big box 3 days later. Did everything that they told me to do. The first week I dropped 7 pounds, less bloat in my face, belly bloat, after a couple of cleanse days, but sounds scary. But actually, when you're working 14 hours a day or so, having a schedule of something that you're eating every hour really makes it a lot simpler than just skipping meals. And overall, I just feel I like that I have so much more energy. And I don't know, I thank her for that gift that she has given me. And and you talked about the compensation. I didn't realize that there was a compensation plan. The biggest gift that I had gotten was that I wasn't racing to the bathroom after a shake and vitamins, which I had for as long as I can remember. But she asked if she could have a sweat and sample. Chelsea did at my gym. And I said, sure, but I wasn't able to be there that day. And I knew that this thing was going on. And that afternoon, you know, I was out of town and my phone just kept dinging and dinging and dinging. And I'm like, my husband's like, why don't you turn that thing off? I said, I don't even know what it is. It was this ISA Pulse or ISA something. And I'm like, what is that? And I kept looking and you're like, oh, you have a new enrollment. You have a new enrollment. You have a new enrollment. And I had no idea that there was a compensation plan. And that Monday, which is payday with Isagenix, I had $400 in my account. And I called her up. I'm like, what the heck? And she goes, well, you weren't there, but we hosted a sweat and sample in your honor. So everybody that signed up went under you. And I'm like, okay, I get it. So that was, you know, less than a year ago. And so basically I just want to share my story. And if there's somebody that I can help either with digestive or weight loss or financial, I just want to share my passion for making a difference. And that's my story.
You are so beautiful, Sheila. Thank you for sharing. Sheila has now, I mean, she has impacted so many people's lives, and within her yoga studio, we've done different events. And then she also has some other fitness colleagues that own businesses. She's been able to help them get started. All of us have gotten together and do events because, again, one, like, all fitness people are just awesome, but two, you know, somebody's accounts here, somebody's accounts here. Everybody's benefiting from helping each other. So it's so powerful to be able to get together and like what an impact those events have been, whether they've been in person or virtually. So if this is something you're looking at as an opportunity, think of who those people that you would love to work with and, you know, really make a big impact together with, because that has, again, the people, the connections, that has been so fun. So thank you, Sheila. And then Misty, last one that is going to share. Misty, are you on? I haven't seen you. Oh, there you are. Hi, you're muted. Can you unmute? There we go. Okay.
Yep, I'm good. Awesome. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to quickly share my story. I've been in the fitness and health industry for my entire working life. Out of college, I moved out to the East Coast area in Boston and worked in corporate health, and have done really literally everything. I probably have every certification out there. I'm a certification junkie. I have blah, 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 all the things, right? I quickly realized my love when I moved back to Minnesota was for yoga, and the town that I moved to has about 10,000 people. We really didn't have a yoga studio. There was no yoga studio, so I opened one. Put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into that. And basically the short version of my story is I've done everything in my life to always live out my passions. I'm passionate about helping people with health and nutrition and fitness, and have never looked at any other option because it's only in my core being to help people in that way. So I've never held a 9-to-5 job, and it didn't matter. The part that I really struggled with is that I have never been financially paid well for what I've done. I've always had to trade time for money. I've always had to work clients or put a build out for my yoga studio or whatever the case is. I've always had to sacrifice financially to be able to live out my dreams of my passions without sacrificing my integrity. Okay, so that's kind of what happened there. A few years ago, actually a lot of years ago, I heard about Isagenix and I really wasn't into it. But a few years ago, I was reintroduced to Isagenix from my friend Cami, and I said no. I took a look at the products. Like, she had asked me to take a look at the ingredients and kind of came at it from that position, and I did, and I love the ingredients. I thought they were great, really clean. But I super was against network marketing. In fact, I've told this to other people, and it's really embarrassing now, but I think I told Cami at one point, I know I did. I said, why don't you just get a nutrition certification and charge people for meal plans like normal people do, or something like that. It was really humbling to go back and like think about what I said to her and how I hurt her feelings doing that. Anyways, it all comes around. I said no. I researched the ingredients. I really liked the ingredients. I saw results that she was having with a lot of people I knew. And so I decided to eventually, a year or so later, try it for myself. I couldn't deny what I felt physically in my body. I had a lot like Sheila, but the opposite problem of her. I never went to the bathroom, and I had a lot of low energy, which I didn't realize I had low energy, but I soon realized it's not normal to wake up feeling exhausted. And I didn't realize that the bloated feeling that I carried around with me was not something normal. I had always eaten clean for the most part, and really thought that was just a normal part of what my body was feeling like, and that was never going to change for me. Okay, so after trying the products for about a week, a lot of that had changed, and after being really consistent for the few months, all of my digestive problems went away. Like, I have never struggled with anything since then, and that's now 2.5 years ago. And I really started seeing the opportunity as I got introduced to more of the community and really enjoying more of the people that I was meeting, like Heather, like Gus, like all the people that are on the call, and so many of the people in this community. There's just the highest quality of people, and you learn to grow, right? And what I love about this business is your business is only going to grow as much as you personally develop yourself. And I think that's something that's very different about this type of business versus being at the gym, where it is like that mentality of, well, there's only so many clients, you get them or I get them, but we rarely work together. It was just a very different mentality than I was used to. So anyways, I'm really going long, so I apologize. I'm going to cut it even shorter. What I really gained out of this is personal development, but really the first time that I feel like I'm able to get paid what I'm worth without ever having to sacrifice my integrity in the products and sacrifice my passions. I'm never going to sacrifice my passions. I'm not going to do something that I'm not 100% into or more. And now I'm able to get paid working with a team of people who, again, you've heard it already so many times, but really truly will have your best interest in mind and want to help. However many people you can help is how your business is going to grow. So it's just the most amazing business model, and truly a chance to be part of a team who cares about you and wants to help everybody grow. So that's my short story.
That's so good. Thank you. Thank you guys all so much for sharing. And I was thinking when you guys were talking too on the compensation plan, again, thinking about how that team leverage works, and the more people that are coming into your organization, the more volume that's going up, right? So just an example, and again, income disclosure, it's what you put in that you're going to get out of it. The more people you help and the more people that you can help them help, the more that volume is going to come up. But personally, in 5 years, I've enrolled about 300 people. So I've helped 300 people set up accounts, help customize whatever they were going to get for their orders, and coach them, plug them into our community. And I get paid today on 7,000 people. Let that sink in, okay? Like, it makes me want to cry. I never, like when Misty was saying to get paid what you're worth, I have always been busting my butt off, sacrificing my health, my energy, life experiences, trying to help as many people as I can. And I always thought there's going to be a point that it like turns over or it switches. And there never was with the brick and mortar for me. And this is what has allowed that and has changed and allowed so much freedom and abundance and incredible people into my life. So we'll end with that. You guys, I so appreciate you guys all jumping on. I do have a recording of this, so I will upload that if anybody wants the link to look through it. You know, connect back with the person who invited you. They can explain a little bit more and customize it to you, share more about the products, or get you the information you need. And I imagine we'll probably do another call like this, because I know there's a lot of people that are in our industry, and you maybe even thought of some colleagues when you were listening to this that, man, they should listen to this and hear. So stay tuned and keep posted, because we will definitely get something else lined up for you all. So happy Friday, you guys. Thank you so much for jumping on.